After his head coach, Tom Thibodeau, said Derrick Rose just needs to play in order to return to MVP form when he's healthy or when he's playing, either or, you decide. The Bulls are 5-2. So, Stephen A., what's happening with Rose?
Well, first of all, no one definitively knows. Let's not even pretend like we do. Some people would say that it's all in Derrick Rose's head because there's a difference between being injured and being hurt. And I get all of that. I'm struggling, Skip Bayless, because I have a myriad of emotions here. Number one, I feel incredibly sorry for Tom Thibodeau. Word out of, around the NBA is that he can be treated a hell of a lot better than he's been treated by the Chicago Bulls as an organization because he's such an elite coach and he's such a competitor and a workhorse. I feel sorry for a guy like Joakim Noah who did not play last night in last night's loss to Denver. He's been out, but he's going to be back. I feel sorry for the Bulls organization because I like a lot of those guys, and I'm looking at a Pau Gasol averaging 19 and 10. I'm looking at a Jimmy Butler who they couldn't reach a contract agreement with before the season began, and this brother is balling at averaging 21 a game, leading the team in scoring, doing his thing. And you just look at these, and more importantly, the fans, because if Derrick Rose can give you anything, the Chicago Bulls are clearly the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. It's just that simple to me. And so the fact that I watched the video and I watched how he jumped up and how he came down and how he's feeling, I don't think it's just a psychological thing. I think Derrick Rose is lying. I think other people within the Bulls organization are lying. I think that there's something that's going on. It's not a tweak here or there, whatever. Skip Bayless, I'm going to go back to what I told you months ago. I don't believe Derrick Rose should have ever been playing this summer for USA Basketball. I said that the man's in the midst of a $93 million contract. He's getting paid $8.8 million this year, $20 million next year, $21.3 or $21.9 million the year after that, all guaranteed the next 2 years after the $18.8 this season. In the midst of a $90 million contract, I don't care what anybody say. They can kick rocks. This man was not playing for USA Basketball if I was running with the Bulls organization. Derrick Rose wouldn't even be allowed to play anywhere but in a Bulls uniform, whether it's at the practice facility or, for these games. Not with the money I'm paying him. And I think it was a mistake for him to participate this summer. I think that it would have been better served had he not played a single game. He just rehabbed and continued to get himself better and come into the season rust and have to work on nothing but his game as opposed to wondering and worrying periodically about his health. But they didn't do that. And the reason why I think he's lying, and I don't know this, and I don't mean to call him a liar in a derogatory sense, Skip, I don't mean it that way. I just think all of these stories about tweaks and, well, I just feel like I couldn't go and, no, there's something else going on here with this dude's health because it makes no sense. With Joakim Noah down, with Taj Gibson down, with just Jimmy Butler and Pau Gasol to rely upon for Tom Thibodeau, that Derrick Rose wouldn't be out there giving it all he has and he couldn't go just because it felt funny and you felt slow. You hurt or you're not. It's that simple to me. I'm sorry. It's something more going on here, in my opinion. I have no proof of that, no inside information. I haven't called the Bulls. I haven't called my sources connected to Derrick Rose or the Bulls organization. It's just my opinion at this moment. But obviously, in the weeks to come, I will lock in on all of this stuff because some of the stuff going on around this league, particularly as it pertains to Derrick Rose, is becoming utterly ridiculous.
I don't know if you recall, but the last time we discussed this topic, I concluded by saying I will be shocked if Derrick Rose remains healthy for the rest of this year.
Said that yesterday.
And little did I know that, yeah, that was yesterday, that's right. But little did I know that last night, and again, they were back-to-back, but that last night, Derrick Rose, in concert with his coach, that they would agree in the locker room at halftime, he would not go in the second half of what I thought was a winnable game for them. And you made a good point, if you're without a couple other players in your starting lineup, key players, Noah and Jimmy Butler, you look to your franchise guy to go and maybe pull this one out on the road. Will it matter down their road toward the playoffs? I don't know. But Stephen A., I don't know what's going on either, except he didn't look right in the highlights I saw. I did not watch the game. I was watching Steph Curry, and we're going to talk about Steph a little later in the show.
Yes,
but,
sir.
Hey, I have to believe that it's all in his head. Now, again, I don't know this. We're both just guessing. You haven't run your sources. I haven't done any homework on this, but after a while, you would think that it starts to be more mental than physical, because I'm going to remind you, the man played 10 games over the last 2 years. And the only reason I didn't have the problem you had with USA basketball last summer was, when is he going to play? Can he play his way back into shape and be ready for the NBA season? Because now he's managed to play 7 out of 15 games this year. Well, that's not very promising. And at what point, after what he said, remember, was it just a week ago when he
2 weeks ago
publicly stated, 2 weeks ago, that he fears risking another injury that would cost him the opportunity post-basketball to be able to play with his kids. Okay? We all respect that, except if you're a Bulls fan and you're talking about those contracts that you mentioned, $20 million and $21 million over the next couple of years, man, you just say, when are you going to play? When are you going to quit just collecting checks and saying, I don't feel like it tonight? It's got to be in your head as much as in your body, to me, at this point.
Well, that may very well be true, but there's a couple of points. It wasn't just playing with his kids. It was sitting in meetings, Skip, after his days of playing were over, being sore. He didn't want to do that. Let's be clear. Number two, and more importantly, you know what? You can look at this as a bit troubling. There's no question about it, because let me tell you something, man. Again, it's 10 minutes. I mean, you played 24 last night.
Yeah.
I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's 34 minutes in 2 nights. You just got to get to a point where, look, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. You're playing or you're not playing. And to me, listen, right now, Skip, if it's not Derrick Rose, maybe we should go as far as to question the Chicago Bulls medical staff. I mean, what the hell is going on? I mean, I'm getting to the point where, who are your doctors? What is going on here? Because for all intent and purposes, it's been 2 years.
Yep.
He's played 10 games in 2 years, and now he's already missed half of the early part of this season. So let's say, for the sake of argument, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say he is hurt. Let's say he hasn't recovered. I got to look at the doctors.
Yeah.
Who are you? Tell me what your job description is. I don't understand why this is still an issue. I'm paying the man over $90 million. How come he can't play?
Skip, before you jump in here, to Stephen A's point, I actually mentioned that in the morning meeting. And, our researcher is telling us, and Rose hasn't played in more than 2 consecutive games in over a year.
That's easy to understand.
It's inexplicable. We understand it. I'm shocked by it because, again, if you got Jimmy Butler and Pau Gasol, Skip Bayless, the score was 109-106 with 31.4 seconds left in last night's game against Denver without Derrick Rose on the floor. I think it's safe to say that if Derrick Rose is on the floor, your franchise player can find a way to help you deliver the goods. I mean, it's one of those things, man.
So
look, I don't know what to say.
Stephen A., bottom line question. This is what I'm asking. How badly does Derrick Rose really want to play basketball for the Chicago Bulls? I'm not sure about that.
I don't want to disrespect that brother by questioning his desire to play the game, because I know if he were healthy, he'd be out there playing. But I will tell you this, Skip, plenty of people in the league are questioning that, to the point where even if the Bulls wanted to, I think at this particular moment in time, it would be difficult for them to trade him because of the money he's owed and the fact that no one knows if he's going to play. How can you? I mean, this is Derrick Rose we're talking about here, somebody that I picked to win league MVP honors, assuming he was going to be healthy and out there balling. And he can't get on the court.
All right, from the court to the boxing ring. This is an interesting topic, gentlemen.